Am I the a-hole for telling my sister gender reveal parties are tacky and attention-seeking? My sister, 25F, has always been a bit of an attention seeker. She would always announce her grades, new jobs, raises, etc. whenever the family was together. It killed me when she used to tell the entire family she got a 100 on her test in a class that we were taking together even though she knew I only got a C or D+, and they would ask me how I did after her announcement. She was always the golden child and I, 26F, was the screw-up. We're both pregnant right now, both of our first kids. She's married with a great job and a house, and I'm on my own in a studio right now. A couple weeks ago I got an invitation to her gender reveal barbecue/pool party. I didn't want to deal with her showing off to the entire family in front of me, so I told her I won't be coming. She asked why, so I told her that I didn't want to deal with her friends and our family. She insisted it would be fun, so I told her that gender reveal parties are tacky and I don't want to deal with it. She, again, insisted that it would be fun and just to think of it as a barbecue with colored cookies. I snapped at her that I didn't want to go to a stupid party to watch her show off to her family just like she did when we were younger. She hung up on me and now her parents are upset at me for being rude to her. Am I the a-hole for telling my sick mom I will always prioritize my in-laws? My mom has 8 kids, I'm the 4th. She was a crap mom. She always seemed to hate me in particular. I think it's because I look exactly like my dad, not in the picture. Another thing that happened was when I was 16 our house burned down. We had to move into a family friend's basement. My mom basically told me get out and go find a place, because it's too crowded here, even though she never said that to my 2 older sisters who still lived with her. One was above 18. The next year my mom got another house and I moved back in. When I turned 18 she told me I had to pay rent. My older siblings were supposed to as well, but she never enforced it with them. My second oldest sister is in her 30s now and still lives at home. She just sits on her phone all day. I never realized how fucked up this was until I met my, now, wife and her parents. And while I know my mom tried her best as a single mom, she never tried her best with me. That's my therapist talking, lol. Now my mom is trying to repair her relationship with me. She has skin cancer. She got it taken out but the margins were positive or something. She's not dying tomorrow but does need more surgery. She invites me for holidays and calls every few months to rant about my other siblings. She called me last week and asked me to come over this weekend. I said I need to ask my wife what days we're going to her parents' house. She said why can't you set a date with me and then go to wife's parents' house on the opposite day. I told her that I will always prioritize my wife's parents and they and my wife always get to pick the day. She acted all sad. I said sorry I didn't mean it like that but we both know I did. Now my younger sister who is her favorite is asking me how dare you. She told me mom called her crying. I said mom's an adult who can manage her own feelings and I'm not responsible for them. She even tried to call and tattle to my wife. Little does she know if it were up to my wife we wouldn't talk to any of them. My sister said that upsetting an older sick person can make them take a turn for the worse and if anything happens to mom it's on me and I need to call and tell her I love her. My wife says don't worry about it. Am I the a-hole for saying my Milax as though she's in a relationship with my so? I have 26 and my husband M32 is a complete mama's boy. He'll call his mother for hours and talk to her and spend time with her more than he does with me. I recently hit my 6-month mark in my pregnancy and asked my husband to help me get ready with all sorts of things the baby. He said that would interfere with time spent with his mom and replied with yeah it might, but I need you more right now and would you if you did some other time. He gave me an offended look and said you know my mom comes before you? I was kind of shocked but I explained to him that we just needed to get ready with a few things here and there and that I wouldn't need more help later in the week. He just ignored me and went to his mom's house. After a while, she called me and said I won, in a snarky voice and I just bite my tongue and said maybe I'll win next time and she hanged up. I could hear my husband laughing in the background and that just angered me for a while and I was walking around lifting my fold-up upstairs. It hurt like hell, but I got it done. I decided to paint the nursery walls another day. Our anniversary rolls around the corner a couple weeks later and I woke up and got my husband's gift ready that day and cooked his favorite meal. He came back from work and I was upstairs in the bathroom and he left. I got all eager and happy that he was bringing some sort of surprise and waited in the living room. 30 minutes go by and I call him saying where are you? He replies with oh I'm at my mom's house. I don't appreciate what I said about this so don't go too hard in the comments. She might as well be having your kid, you clearly seem like you're with her. I hung up the phone and it was probably in speakerphone and minutes later I get a bunch of text from them saying that I shouldn't be jealous, I shouldn't respect my mother-in-law, and that I should maybe find something to do instead of being a bitter asshole. Am I the A for making my husband leave a wedding reception with me? My husband, 34M, and I, 32F, have been married for 8 years and have 2 kids, 6 and 4. I am currently 7 months pregnant with our 3rd child. This has been by far my worst pregnancy. Overall health-wise, me and baby are fine, no major issues. but the general fatigue and discomfort of being pregnant while also having 2 other kids to take care of is wearing on me. I've also had more nausea and terrible heartburn. As a result of me being tired literally all the time, my husband has had to take on a lot of additional household and childcare duties. He's been great about it and things are still running smoothly. This past weekend we attended a wedding for one of my friends from college. My husband knows a lot of people in this friend group and he was really looking forward to some adult social interaction. The wedding was a 3-hour drive from our place, so he got his parents to babysit and booked a hotel so we wouldn't have to drive home and could enjoy the reception. I felt fine all day up until halfway through the reception. But it was like I hit a wall energy-wise and started getting terrible heartburn. My husband was off mingling with people while I pretty much just sat at a table for over an hour talking with whoever came by to say hi. My husband came over to check on me and I told him that I wasn't feeling well and wanted to leave. He asked if I would be comfortable taking the shuttle back to the hotel by myself so that he could stick around and keep socializing. I told him I want him to come back to the room with me in case I start feeling worse so that he can take care of me. He didn't protest or argue with me, but he did give a big sigh in the yuck, okay fine kind of way. When we got back to the room, I was so exhausted that I fell asleep immediately. He was short with me all morning as we were getting ready to leave. A lot of one-word answers kind of stuff. On the way home I asked him what his deal was and he said he's frustrated that I made him go back to the room with me only for me to fall asleep. He said if he knew I was just going to fall asleep, he would have stayed at the reception for longer. He said that this was the first social interaction he's had in months and with the new baby coming, will probably be his last social interaction like that for months again. I told him that I didn't make him come back with me, I just told him I wanted him to in case I felt worse. I also told him my health should be his priority over any social event anyway. He said that wasn't really giving him a choice because if he stayed, even if I fell asleep right away like I did, I would still hold it against him that he chose wrong. He said he was just enjoying behaving like an adult instead of a dad for one night and he's allowed to be frustrated. That was cut short. Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter-in-law she is a nuisance and to stop touching my shit? My son got married young, he literally went off to college for a semester and by Christmas got married. He dropped that bomb at Christmas. Anyways, she, 21, is staying here in Sun for 2 months since their apartment is getting fixed, water break. At first it was fine but we are 17 days into this and it is awful. She tried to help and she sucks at it. Her help just causes a ton more work for me. For example, she wanted to clean the bathroom. She used an abrasive sponge and now the mirror is messed up. She mopped when I was at work and she used boiling water and harsh chemicals and the stain lifted in some areas of the wood. I didn't know you could do that. I told her if she wants to clean so much just put things away. Well, a few days ago she cleaned the living room and removed every cross in that room. That seriously pissed me off, but I reiterated that to keep things in their room unless it's as obviously in the wrong place. Today I came home and she reorganized the whole kitchen. She moved all the pots, utensils, my table got moved. I told her she needs to put everything back and why she thought this was a good idea. She told me she didn't like it so she fixed it. We got in an argument over it where I called her a nuisance and to stop touching my shit. She ended up crying and now my son is on my ass.